program is brought to you in living color.
He's got a mic, and he's in a mood. Buckle up, Buttercup. You're listening to The Ron Van Dam Show on New England Broadcasting.
Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good night. It's the Ron Van Dam Show.
Thank you.
Hold on tight, things can get a bit weird, if you like that sort of thing.
Who doesn't? Welcome to the program. It is the Ron Van Dam Show. I can prove it. I'm Ron Van Dam. This is my show. There you go. Who are you is the question. I know who I am, but I have no idea who you are. Well, let's keep it like that. What do you think, huh? Yeah. Let's maintain at least 6 feet of distance between us. I think that's a great idea all the time. Doesn't make any sense. You have to stay 6 feet away from people, but you have to stay like a mile away from schoolyards? What? Hey, welcome to the show. Let me introduce some of the people that make this show possible. First, there's me. Then there's John Shanahan. He's a comedy writer. Brilliant guy. He does the opening announcements and most of the comedy commercials, if not all. Funny guy, John Shanahan, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up. Give it up. Give him your wallet. Give it up. And then there's Jason Shaw. You hear the music that you're listening to? Of course you do. That's Jason Shaw's stuff, and he's released it unto me. He writes the incidental music for the program. Incidentally, he writes the incidental music. Jason Shaw, ladies and gentlemen, give it up. And then there's Nicole Reed. She's the British voice that you hear at the beginning of the program. She also books many of our highfalutin national interviews that we do on this program. That's Nicole Reed, ladies and gentlemen. Give it up for Nicole Reed if you... Give it up. What are we talking about here? And then there's you. You make 4 people. Then there's you. Look at you. Ugh, look at you. Did you look in the mirror today? It is not pretty. It is not pretty. And by the way, you wore that shirt yesterday. Yeah, I know. I can see. It's called virtual shaming. It's a thing. It is actually a thing. All right. So how you doing, huh? You doing all right? I've got to say, just all of a sudden, I'm very disappointed in Donald Trump. What a shocker. I thought he was the most honest, caring, lovely individual I had ever met in my life. I've never met him, but I've known. I thought he was just an angel, basically because that's what he told me he was. I am now, all of a sudden, incredibly shocked that I have been deceived all these years. What a revelation. Wow. Every day, this is the wonderful thing about Donald Trump. You don't have to watch television. He is a walking soap opera of disaster. It's amazing. It's amazing. Do you remember before the election, Donald Trump was saying, "What have you got to lose?" I figured it out. Everything. Oh my God, I never thought it would be everything. I thought, what have you got to lose? Like, how bad can it get? I didn't know it can get this bad. Oh, my God. Let me just run through a couple of the recent things that Donnie has displayed in front of all of us. The most shocking to me, the most shocking, is that he actually got in front of a microphone, in front of a camera, and said nationally, vote by mail, and then on election day, go to the polls and vote again. That will surely prove that our election process is not working. Don, you just asked like the public to go break the law with a federal felony charge that's punishable by almost death. It's punishable by a lot of jail time and a lot of fines. It's a felony to vote twice knowingly. And Donald just asked you to do it. Yet, I don't understand how he gets away with saying that. And everybody just says, Don, you shouldn't do that. You shouldn't say that now. Now go back to your room and clean your room and then take a nap. Don, you know what you said? I'm shocked. I never thought he would say so. I never thought he'd stoop so low. There's a new book out by Bob Woodward, who is a famed journalist going all the way back to the Watergate-Nixon years. He uncovered that whole thing. He's written a new book because when this pandemic started, he actually got an interview with Donald Trump. Yeah. And Donald Trump agreed to be recorded, audio recorded. And it's being revealed now that apparently Donald knew that the virus was coming and that it was deadly, probably the worst imaginable, far worse than the flu has ever been. It's dangerous. He even admitted that it's passed simply through the air, which makes it lethal. You don't have to touch things, just breathe the same air and you can get this virus, which is deadly. He admits that. He says it in his words all the way at the beginning of the pandemic. And he didn't do anything about it because he didn't want to make people panic. That was his reason. So he refused testing at first. He told people that it was nothing, it was just going to go away when he fully knew, and I knew that he had to be briefed on this, but he fully knew at that time how serious this was and how many people will probably die from this. But Donald refused to do anything about it. He even, in a press conference, you'll record this is also on tape, he said that this whole coronavirus thing is another hoax made up by the Democrats. My head is spinning. I had no idea Donald was like this. Sure, I got some clues way back on the Entertainment Tonight bus when he started saying he could get any pussy he wanted at any time. That was also recorded, at which at first Donald said, well, that's not my voice. I wasn't me saying that. Don, that's not the best excuse going, 'cause it is your voice. And that is your attitude. And he still became president. I also remember, speaking of voice recordings, that his longtime attorney, remember him, Cohen? Yeah, Michael Cohen. There was a recording that Michael Cohen made when he was in the company of Donald Trump. And Donald Trump and Cohen said, we got to pay off Stormy Daniels. She's going to tell everybody that you had an affair with her. And we got to pay her. And Donald said, yeah, we got to pay her, but not that way. Pay her this way. He admitted it on tape and yet lied to everybody saying he knew nothing about this, and it was not true. Somehow, I'm just amazed all of a sudden. I'm known for my sarcasm. I'm being sarcastic. This is about the largest on the dickhead scale you can get. And I know that Trump supporters want to have, certain people on the Supreme Court and all this kind of stuff and love their guns and that's okay, whatever. We all have different opinions. But how do you support a known liar and a man that breaks the law and manipulates democracy in order to protect his ass and make himself great? It's not make America great again, it's make Donald great again. Well, this time, that little slogan, what have you got to lose, there's an answer to that question. So things are a little different now. But in a sarcastic way, I must say to you, I am shocked. the effects of this presidency and the incredible stuff that this guy lied about on a daily basis and had all his little cronies lying about and gives pardons to people that support him and his friends. It's just, wow. Is it Donald Trump or is it Mussolini? I don't know which. Some of you think Mussolini is a painter, but he's not. He may have painted, but it's not what he's known for. Anyway, welcome to the program. How are you? Good to be with you. Yeah. How was your Labor Day at the beginning of the week? Yeah, I'm still screwed up too. I still think this is Wednesday, but I think it's Thursday, or could it be Friday? Maybe it's Sunday. These Monday holidays screw me up like you would not believe. And in this world of screw-ups, it doesn't take much to screw us up. I don't know what day of the week this is. I believe it's Thursday, but I'm not sure. We're just one day away from September 11th. That wasn't fun either. Why don't you just bombard me with horrible things? It's a boom, boom, boom. I don't know. Anyway, I'm glad you're doing okay. Wear your damn face mask. If this had happened from the beginning, we wouldn't be in this boat that we're in. I said on a few shows ago, and I'm sticking to my prediction, that the opening of colleges and universities, letting teenagers live on their own so they can party and go to super spreading events, that's going to close the colleges and put us back again. You see, kids go into grade school, they get instructions, they have to do what the teachers and the school tell them to do. In college, these kids don't go to class anyway, they just go to parties. Well, not my kid. My kid does not party. Oh, really? Okay, sure. Like you told your parents when you were that age everything you did. Yeah, right. Good luck to that. That's my prediction. Things are going to get a lot worse before they get better because of this college kid thing. Hey, here's an idea. Why don't you send kids to college, let them all get infected, and then send them home for Thanksgiving to infect the families? There's an idea. Oh, my God. Getting back to the Trump thing just for a second, I mean, remember at the beginning and almost up to now, Donald Trump refuses to wear a mask, and he has rallies where he has people there, hundreds of people, not wearing masks. He does his own super spreader events, and yet in this Bob Woodward interview, he says he knew the dangers of the disease. He does things for his own benefit. Screw all of you. And those of you that support him, you're not looking very intelligent right now, because the guy that you're idolizing will screw you in the ass in a second if he has to, or if he even wants to. And you can check that fact out, because there's plenty to back that up. All right, enough of talk like that. Sometimes I have to get these things out of the way. And that's that. All right, Now, we're going to take a quick commercial break. I have some fascinating guests that are going to entertain you today. They're not going to juggle or did you ever see a contortionist that there's a small box, and this human contortionist, usually a woman for some reason, they're very flexible women, they get in this box and they contort themselves down to just like a foot square. It's amazing, contortionists. And my friend used to say, Ron, wouldn't it be wonderful if this is like back in my college days? Here's a good example of that. Ron, what if you dated a nymphomaniac contortionist? And I think I was supposed to say, whoa, that would be awesome, man. But my response was, ew, a contortionist who is a nymphomaniac, ew. I think I said the wrong thing. I believe it's an ugh, but I don't think socially you're supposed to be cool. You're supposed to go, oh, wow, man, that would be cool. That wouldn't be cool. All right. What am I even talking about? Why don't you try this on for size?
Let's be honest. You are socially awkward. You've no idea how to start a polite conversation. You wouldn't know what to do or say if you stumbled into one. And when it comes to talking with members of the opposite sex, you're like a 6th grade wallflower at the school dance. You need help, and you know it. You need me, Thompson St. Thomas, fancy bastard. For a courteous, prearranged fee, I am now offering wingman services for both men and women. Even if you've got the vocabulary range of a brain-damaged gibbon, with me at your side explaining to people what you rarely meant to say, every drool-drenched bit of drivel that slobbers out of your scone hole will sound witty, erudite, and confident. And ladies, don't be shy. Take my arm and we'll go chat with the gent across the room with whom you've been exchanging glances all evening. Don't worry, he won't be intimidated by my extraordinary good looks. I guarantee he will only see me as your good British friend who happens to be incredibly gay. It's a service only I can provide, because I am Thompson St. Thomas, fancy bastard. So do let me know where we'll be going next, you and I.
Dr. Adam Zwig joins us now. We're going to rock with the doc. He's a singer-songwriter and a therapist, and he's here to talk about how to stay mentally healthy during this particular time of concern. And boy, do we need you, Dr. Zwig, I'm telling you. Whether we want to admit it or not, we're all getting into the touch of insanity area here, and we need some relief, but I don't think most of us know how to do that.
Right. Well, there are a lot of ways we can deal with this really stressful time. The most important is your attitude. We should use this painful, challenging time as an opportunity to grow, not as just a situation we have to endure.
Mm-hmm.
You know, we're all like way stronger, more powerful and resilient than we realize.
Right.
And life gives us these challenges in order to push us to realize our full potential. So the attitude is the most important part. There are a lot of specific things you can do too. Do you want to hear them?
Well, I sure do. I sure do. No, your thesis is absolutely true. I mean, I guess they call them teachable moments, where you come out better on the other side than you did when you went in. And I think that's what you're referring to.
That's right. I mean, we all seek comfort and stability, but life throws us challenges and curveballs and gives us adversity, and that's how we grow.
Yeah, they say it's not the speed bumps that in life that make the difference. It's how you handle them. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, that's right.
All right, let's take a look. A lot of people are actually feeling anxious, but they don't talk about it. They don't admit it, but they'll get those little tinges in their body where oh my God, am I sick, or what am I going to do, or how am I going to handle this situation, or how is my loved one doing? I mean, we're getting very anxious about this. How do you calm anxiety?
Well, anxiety, especially if it's related to what's going on in the world, the
Yes.
pandemic and the social unrest and everything.
Exactly.
You know, there are a lot of really great online tools these days for very simple mindfulness meditation or breathing exercises that can really calm you and center you. You can find them anywhere on YouTube, and they just take a few minutes, and they totally take the edge off that nervousness. I also think if it's possible for you to exercise,
Really?
that is a really important part of cooling things out and keeping things on a level plane.
Well, doesn't exercise kind of increase your blood pressure and your movement? Doesn't sound very calming to me.
While you're exercising, it ramps up your physiology, but very soon afterwards, it actually calms everything.
Interesting. You have
for example,
Yes.
weight training
Uh-huh.
increases your blood pressure temporarily. So only while you're exercising, but it actually lowers your blood pressure overall.
Interesting. Now you have a music background. Does music do anything to help calm us and help focus us into a better mind?
Oh, absolutely. I mean, of course, it relates a little bit to what you just said, which is it depends on what kind of music you're into. I mean,
that's
you
true.
can listen to music that totally ramps you up.
Right.
But there's a lot of music that can be really calming for people.
Yes. Okay, so that's all right. So if something soothes you, then use it.
Absolutely.
Yeah. I guess that the major feeling that people have when they get a little short with their spouse or boyfriend or girlfriend, they know they're in a mood, but they can't seem to do anything about it. It seems to be a loss of control. I think whether we're controlling people or not, we need to have some type of control over the situation so that there are boundaries. And I guess the overriding feeling now is that a total loss of control. How do you get that back?
Do you mean total loss of control because of the whole what's going on in the world?
Yes, I mean it seems like everything is. There's unrest. There's the virus thing. It seems like there's no control over anything anymore. You're a victim of all these incidents socially coming at you.
Right. And this gets back to what we said in the beginning about what kind of attitude we have and how we use this.
Uh-huh.
This is a time to really focus on and develop our inner control. The more we lose outer control, the more things are just, there's nothing we can do about it. The more we can develop an inner sense that we can take care of ourselves and how we relate to our states of mind.
Okay. All right. That seems to be pretty important. I as a talk show person have to stay up on the news all the time and know exactly what's going on. To be honest with you, it's driving me absolutely nuts. Because
I totally understand. I totally understand. One of the things I recommend when I counsel healthcare workers is to take a break from the news.
Yeah, not a bad idea. Or certainly don't get involved in it during the nighttime hours.
Absolutely.
Before you go to bed, don't turn on CNN at 11:30 at night and then expect to get a good night's sleep. Okay.
That's right.
Right.
That's right.
I got that. Okay. And then, of course, we're coming up on an election, a national election, which to most people seems to be extremely agonizing and extremely consequential. And man,
right.
I can imagine that the anxiety is going to amp up pretty much in a couple of months to the point where it's going to be rough for people.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
It's so important to not let yourself get. I mean, it's important to engage and have your voice, but also to not let yourself get swept up.
That's
so that
right.
You lose yourself because it's unhealthy.
Yes, it's very unhealthy. I've heard a lot of people say with the next election, which is I think everybody's going to vote, so I think that's good. But they're saying, boy, if this doesn't work out, I'm leaving the country. And I say, no, you're not. Nobody makes you leave a country. You gain control here. But that's where a lot of people are at. You've written a song recently, I understand, that might help us understand this a little bit more.
Oh yes, I have a new song coming out tomorrow called "Can You Feel This Love?"
Nice.
And it's really about, in order to heal and grow, not only within ourselves, but what you're talking about within the world also.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
We need to focus on what's happening in terms of its meaning and for our lives, and use it for our growth, and not just as something stressful we have to endure that's meaningless.
Right.
Every kind of adversity or challenge has a meaning, and it's important to hunt for that meaning and focus on it. What does it bring up for you, and how can you grow from it?
Yeah, it's interesting because there used to be a phrase that my father used to use saying, don't sweat the small things, save them for the things that really matter. But it seems like everything matters now. Everything has an extreme consequence to it. There isn't small stuff to sweat. And I wish there was some small stuff to sweat. I'd sweat a lot easier.
That is true.
Yeah, it is.
That is true.
All right. How do people follow you, Dr. Zwig?
You can follow me on social media, on Instagram or Facebook, at Dr. Zwig.
Perfect. And the song,
it's ZWIG.
All right, Dr. Adam Zwig, ZWIG. Can You Feel This Love is the new song that's coming out. Check that out as well. And also, do you have a website?
Yes, it's drzwig.com.
Well, that's easy enough.
Yes.
Check that out. Yeah.
And today is the launch of my podcast,
cool.
which focuses on these ideas we've been talking about using what's happening in your life to grow, as opposed to just a symptom that you wish would go away.
Gotcha. All right. Well, it's been a pleasure speaking to you. Continue good luck. Check out his website and hear everything we've been talking about with some more suggestions on how to cope with all of this and come out a better person when you even started. Dr. Zwig, it's been a pleasure today. You take care. Well, there you have it for today. Thank you so much for stopping by. I know you only came by to borrow some sugar. And look what you ended up with. I apologize for that. By the way, where are my power tools? I loaned them to you like a year ago, and you haven't returned them. I didn't want to say anything because I didn't want to appear rude or petty. But man, there comes a point when you borrow something, return it. Oh, I forgot that I had it. Oh, you didn't forget. You can't be that dense. Or could you? All right. I went on Facebook yesterday. I don't go to Facebook a lot. I really don't. By the way, if you want to join me on Facebook, it's New England Broadcasting, The Ron Van Dam Show. I know it's a lot to type in, but you got nothing else to do. New England Broadcasting, The Ron Van Dam Show. It's on Facebook. And there I have absolutely nothing for you to see. But every once in a while I go on the page because I'm a human being, and I think you're supposed to. You're not supposed to say, I don't like Facebook, because then there'll be a knock at your door and they'll take you away. Yeah, that's how strong Facebook is. It really is. They own everything. They own every phase of your social life. They do. They own it. They grabbed it. They took it. Now they own it. They own your information, your background, your likes, your dislikes, what you buy, what you don't buy, where you were born, where you lived, your family members' names, how old you are, your bowling shoe size, which is the most embarrassing part of it. Pictures of people you like, pictures of things that you're doing that you shouldn't really be doing, who all your friends are, who you don't know who they are anyway. Facebook knows all of that. It knows the last time you had sex and the next time you're planning to have it. It knows what you do, where you go, if you're bending over right now. It knows everything. Facebook is the moniker of certain death. It's amazingly powerful. It's true. And this Steve Gutenberg, whatever the hell his name is, I think that's an actor. Mark Gutenberg, he's like the wizard of, he plays stupid, yet he's an intelligent guy who's manipulating everybody. I'm sick of manipulators. I really am. I don't even like puppet shows. I don't like puppet shows because there's a person above, out of sight, manipulating what you're seeing. Sound familiar in my analogy? Do you know what I'm talking about? I'm sick of manipulators, people that think that they can control you by lying, deceiving, steering you in the wrong direction, doing sleight of hand like a magician. You look over there while I do things over here, and then I'll amaze you and astound you. I'm sick of it. Sick of it. Could even be in your personal relationship. Could even be in the White House. I'm sick of it. I'm sick of manipulators in the White House telling me that they know more than anybody else. That they are the only person, that he is the only person that can fix this. The only one. The experts? No. He's an expert in everything. That's egotism off the map, and yet we sit there and we go, well, that's entertaining. No, it's not. It's not entertaining. If you knew somebody like that who lied to your face 24/7 and manipulated you and boasted about himself 24/7 and went on the Twitter and blew up the account by calling people names that he hated, and this guy's the president, and we sit there and we go, well, that's not right, is it? Well, what the hell's wrong with you? Why don't you say something about this? It's so out of the ballpark that it's laughable. It's like Mad Magazine on steroids. Half of you don't know what Mad Magazine is, so I apologize for that analogy. I'm going to get into it right now. Anyway, that's about it for me today. Have yourselves a wonderful day. Make it a great day. Will you do that for me, please? And wear a mask, please. It helps. It really does. It's been proven. Until this thing is over. But until then, I wish you peace. I don't know what you were doing before the show started, but you can go back to doing that unless you don't want to do that anymore. I'll be back tomorrow, okay? Will you join me tomorrow? Great. Hey, that's great. Thanks. You're committed. You're committed to listening tomorrow. Come on, you can do it. You can do it. Come on.